Hey guys, this is Cholera, and I'm with Rise this time. Diggity had to go, unfortunately, but here we have an awesome shot at Bisu for all of you girls watching out there. Hope you guys aren't too turned on to listen to the rest of this cast, but I hope you're not just rewinding just to see Bisu's beautiful eyes. But Bisu, of course, is the reigning MSL champion from the Arena MSL, and of course, Savior just beat him in Game 1. That is right, Savior beat Bisu. And now we're going to be watching two much less well-known Zergs, but it could be interesting. This is Magma versus Zero, and I don't know too much about these two players, so why don't you tell me some more, Rise?
Well, we got Magma, who is heralded as one of the best players on his team. I have yet to really see that proven in the Pro League. It seems that he is a little camera shy. He doesn't do very well under pressure. I don't know if it's the pressure of the match or the fact that the cameras are on him, but he seems to never really perform to that level that people claim he can play at. Zero, on the other hand, has been playing in ace matches left and right for his team and been doing pretty well for the most part. He hasn't been winning all his games by any means, but in general, he's a very solid player. So, I think what it's all going to come down to is if Magma can prove that he really is that player that everybody says he is, he does have a shot at winning this and beating Savior for that matter if he gets that point. But Zero is definitely going to put up a very good fight, being the solid player that he is. So I think we're going to be in store for a very good ZVZ. So it looks like we got a new map here. You want to tell us a little bit about the map?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a new map called Carthage. This is the very first time it's being played, being introduced in the round of 32 of the MSL, and it's a two-player map, like I said. It kind of reminds me of, in the shortest terms, Longinus, but for two players. Your natural expansion is pretty open. There's no ramp leading to your main. It's all on flat ground, and there's a lot of rolling hills in the middle. The central passageway, the one that would be shortest, is actually blocked by 3 temples, which are destroyable, so you can open them up to make an easier path, I guess, but I don't think that'll matter too much in the ZVZ. So let's just go and give the colors too. At the 5 o'clock location in red, we have Magma playing for Istro, not playing for Istro, but from Team Istro. He is only 33% against Zerg in his lifetime career, so I am going to say that Zero is a favorite. Zero at the 11 o'clock here in yellow, and look at this. We've got the opinion poll looking at 62%, looking good for Zero here. And what is this? Looks like Magma gonna set up an expansion? No, he's gonna go for a really early drone scout, actually. I think that was a 9 drone scout. Yeah, and that's not your natural expansion, by the way. Natural expansions would be to the left and bottom of his base. But no, he's actually gonna go for a hidden expansion, it seems. Wow, this is one risky build, and this is... Oh, wow, 12 hatch coming from both players. So I guess this is a pretty Zerg versus Zerg macro-heavy map, I guess. So anyway, interesting openings for both players.
Definitely. I mean, it's not often that we see players both go 12 hatch. Usually only one seems to go, but, you know, in the luck of the draw, both have gone. But like you said, the hidden expansion of Magma, I wonder how that's going to play out into this game. It seems like it may be... I'm not sure. I think it actually is probably a bad idea because by the time that it gets scouted, he's going to have a tough time defending 2 fronts, especially with both ground and air going after them. So I'm not really sure what he's doing here, considering that if Muta come from Zero, which they're inevitably going to come from him, because that's what we see in ZVZ is mass Muta builds usually. And I mean, he's going to go from different angles of his base, and certainly one of the angles he's going to go from is going to be the top. And if he does that, he's going to see that base right away. And I think Magma's going to have a tough time defending it. As soon as it gets scouted, of course, he's going to... Right now, you can see that Zero's probably going to get thrown off a little bit for what's happening. It looks like he may be doing a one-hatch build or something crazy. But I think that he's going to catch on pretty quickly what's actually going on for Magma. And again, as soon as he scouts that expansion, Magma is going to be in a lot of trouble because Lings can be divided, go back and forth to both bases. And then, of course, the air factor there, it's going to be tough. Lair's going down in the meantime, and we'll have to see if Magma is actually able to do this and deal with the defense that does have to come with a double front base.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a really interesting situation because it's kind of a double-edged sword. That hatchery is in a hidden location, and it can send out a lot of lings that Zero will be utterly unprepared for if Zero doesn't know what's going on. If he's thinking, maybe Magma is just really slow. I mean, he should know, of course, that Magma has another hatchery somewhere, given his build. I mean, it wasn't a 9 pool, obviously. It wasn't an overpool. So he knows he's got another hatch somewhere, but I don't think he really scouted the natural expansion fully, so maybe he doesn't know it's there. I don't know. He's confused, I think. But anyway, like I was saying, it's a double-edged sword because that is a kind of a proxy hatchery, almost, you could say, because it is in a very close location to Zero's base. So we could be seeing Magma put a lot of pressure on Flings, but with a 12 hatch, it's really not going to be that easy to put on pressure because they both have 2 hatcheries on very early on. They're both going to have a ton of Zerglings, much more than you would see if you were seeing, you know, a 1-hatch game. So it's going to come down to how good Zero and Magma's control are, and given that Zero has a lot better of a record, I would say he's a little better, but I don't know. Magma looks like he has got more Lings here, and he just finished with speed, and actually he's the one going on the attack, and Zero's trying to put up a sunken colony, so Zero is going to be forced to commit here, it seems. Magma going in, but I don't think he has more Zerglings, and that is not a good concave for him to fight in. Oh man, those drones getting in the way, but Magma's gone 2 Zerglings through, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything though. Zero looks like he's got good blocks there with the Zerglings, and Magma is not able so far to find a hole yet to get to the back and pick off a drone. He needs to do that, but he's bringing more Lings from the front. He might be ignoring, he might not be going for Spire right now, just saving his minerals for more Lings, because it looks like he's got significantly more Lings, and not enough though, I think, to defeat that. No, he has gone for Spire, never mind. So they both have pretty much similar timings. I would say that they're even right now, except, like you said, Magma has a hatchery at a very, very difficult to defend spot. There's 2 ramps. There's going to be, you know, 2 ramps he has to defend there, one to the right and one to his main.
Yeah, and Magma definitely lost more Lings in that exchange. I mean, now he's going in again, and he definitely does have a lot of Lings, definitely, and he's doing a pretty decent job at least harassing, but really, he hasn't accomplished anything yet. And now, Muta are about to pop out, so those Lings, at least for the short term, are going to be a lot less effective, although, of course, once you can start using them with your overlords, start using them with your Muta, your Muta and coordinating attacks to really throw the other player off. It could be, but that sunken there is going to really stop any link force that Magma can throw at him for a good while anyway, as both these players build up the Muta forces. And it looks like we're going to see some Overlord hunting on the field in the meantime. Magma going to definitely pick off that one. No way that Zero will be able to save that in time. But Zero, in the meantime, looking for some Overlords of his own. And instead, he's going to scout some Lings running across the map, and he's going to get some free shots on them. And I wonder if he's going to be led back to the base of Magma. And actually, at this point, I still think that Zero doesn't know where that base is, if he thinks it exists at all, which I'm sure he does, considering the amount of Lings that he saw. Yeah, but he hasn't found anything, and there aren't even any drones there right now. So, I'll be honest, the new gas is going up for Magma, but really I question the effectiveness of that proxy hatchery so far. But it looks like a Ling getting in the base of Magma from Zero, and Zero probably still pretty confused at this moment, and Scourge out for Magma as well, so we'll see if he can land him. No, he had a chance, but he did not manage to land it, and losing both those Scourge. No, one landing actually, so we'll have to see if Magma took the lead here. It's tough to tell though with those clumped up Mutas.
Yeah, I think actually Zero definitely landed more Scourge there than Magma. Zero was able to pick off Magma Scourge, I believe. So I don't know. It's very close right now, like you were saying. I think Zero's had a little bit of a jump on Magma in terms of gas, though, at his natural expansion. So that could make a difference. No, never mind. Magma has it, but he only has 1 drone there, whereas Zero has 3, and that could be the difference. You know, that's a couple more Scourge there for you, or 1 more Muta, and, you know, that could make the difference. But anyway, Magma now going once again towards Zero. He needs to coordinate his attacks better. Of course, the way to win Zerg versus Zerg is to try to distract the opponent's air army and then go in with a superior Zergling army, and then take out some drones. That is how Jaedong wins his games, and it is how most Zergs end up winning. It's actually Zerglings picking off some things. But anyway, here comes the air battle here, or at least in a very close game, that's what happens. Looks like 2 Overlords were killed for Magma, whereas I think only 1 of Zero's Overlords were killed. And I'm saying all this because, of course, they are on mirror matchups still, mirror builds still, rather, on a mirror matchup. So both are very close. And you're right, I don't think Zero knows where it is right now. He was looking at the lower left with his Zerglings previously. He doesn't know where it is. He knows it's somewhere. I think he knows there's a hatch somewhere. But, you know, he doesn't know exactly where. And that is the thing that is a big advantage for Magma, because Zero can't just bring all of his forces there to kill it off.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. It looks like Zero is going to start heading in for a frontal assault. He's got a lot of Scourge with the Magma, though. Seems to have more Muta almost. I really don't know. But, oh, Magma actually taking out a couple of Scourge before any land. Doing a pretty good job microing him. It looks like he took out almost all of them. Zero managing to do the same, though. And he's getting some attacks off on those Lings. In the meantime, Magma looks like he lost another Muta. And here we're going to have that final standoff, Muta versus Muta. And it looks like Magma may be coming out ahead. No, it looks like now he's trying to micro him because he thinks he's behind. But at this point, it is too close to tell. I can't see who has more. Good Scourging, though, from Zero. And I think Magma is now in trouble. In the meantime, Zero running it with Lings. And Magma, the Pajama Warrior, only able to play at home. GG's. So that's going to be it for Magma for now anyway. And Zero moving on to fight Savior in another epic ZVZ, I'm sure. That's going to be exciting, man. What did you think of this game, though?
I thought it was pretty damn boring, actually, to be honest. That,
Me too.
we talked all that much about that hidden hatchery, and Zero didn't discover it. I don't think he discovered it at the end. And guess what? It didn't matter, because Magma didn't do anything with it, and it was a non-factor in this game. So that was a rather boring Zerg versus Zerg. Zero did look pretty solid, though. That last battle, he was pretty good at landing a Scourge, whereas Magma was pretty bad at microing against those Scourge. But now Zero has a daunting task of facing Savior, who is actually a pretty accomplished Zerg versus Zerg player. You know, he beat Silver in my first ever cast. I keep saying that, but he beat him in the MSL finals once. And on the other hand, he did lose to Choja, another Zerg, in another MSL or OSL finals. But anyway, my point is Savior has a friggin' years of experience in Zerg versus Zerg, and Zero doesn't have years. We'll see, though. He is younger, and maybe he has younger hands, more limber hands. We'll see. Game 3 coming up next.
Yeah, screw this game. Let's get right to it. See you guys there.
진출할지 잠시 후에 함께 해주시길 바랍니다.